Welcome back, fellow lords of gaming, and we're here for another episode of the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's jump right into the game mode that probably in this game is the most divisive. I would say it's probably the most divisive because it's probably the one most not played, or it's the one most people play but they don't really play it, and that's Omega War. So Omega War basically spins up for you just about every, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. Like, it comes up and it happens in waves of 2 where, you know, back-to-back challenges. It's the in-game arena mode, and basically your reward system isn't very pretty. This is probably the bad part of it. When you jump in, your victory rewards about 525 tokens, 750 squad rank XP, but then the diminishing returns here is that literally it's almost literally a quarter of the percentage to just even participate. So if you are on the losing end of this, you feel really screwed because you're not getting any gold, you're getting less than half of the XP for squad rank, and you're getting less than half of the dimension tokens that you, or the Omega War tokens that you would be getting inside there. Here goes the reason why this mode feels even less rewarding than anything, because even when you complete the reward, you're basically saving up those Omega War tokens that you're getting even as a victor player to basically go to the cash shop and make purchases with the hopes of getting a battle badge for the Omega War system. This lies the problem, right? Is that even as a winner, I have the ability to lose. So that means that I could literally invest my time into this game mode where you can literally see is about, 7 minutes of gameplay. So roughly about 14 minutes of gameplay per day that you're literally winning in. I'm probably going to win this match if I had to take a guess. We'll see. Typically when I start on the left side of this map over here, that typically indicates that I'm going to win that match. I'm just being honest with you guys. Like, don't have any hard math to show this, but my guesstimate is usually centered around there. We're winning this center battle right now, but I am getting jacked up like a mother sucker. Here goes the bad part about the Omega War, especially since they've changed it. Nobody knows how the stats accumulate and work. So regardless of whether or not you've been in the mode playing to see if you're going to basically, you might have built up your character at this point for one specific stat, but Netmarble has chosen to change something and you don't really know. Now, I can't tell you as a player for Doctor Strange, you see the one shot that just happened on me there for Doctor Strange, right? That one of the skills inside his window, which is, I think, is Hogarth's Blessing. It's the skill that decreases damage from nearby enemies, is an absolute necessity inside of this game mode. Yeah, it is a necessity because you're dealing with damage from multiple incoming attackers, and not being able to mitigate that damage is definitely going to screw you up inside this game mode. It's one of those things that's needed. I'm sitting at roughly about 1.2 million power, and I can tell you right now that I am still getting one-shotted like it's nobody's business inside this game mode. It sucks. Right now we are getting our asses whipped. Now, this mode is funny because I think I'm trying to take it from the perspective of most players right now, where you're literally just jumping inside this mode and it's supposed to just be like everybody's fighting everybody, right? And typically this seems like it might be the best mode for alliance on alliance battle, meaning that, instead of just having randoms jump inside this mode and fight each other, that the sense of this mode would be that this would have been the alliance on alliance battle mode. 10 members of an alliance jump on with 10 members of the alliance, and you coordinate the time in which you're going to attack. That would have been the good about it, but that's not. Unfortunately, the way the game mode is working out right now is it's just random on random attacks. I could literally be on a team across the way from somebody who's a member of my alliance and fighting them. It all depends on who's available and when they're logging on. It's just really, really weird. And like I said, the mode in itself alone doesn't necessarily always feel rewarding. We just had Captain Marvel almost one-shot me. Okay, so I got Donkey that time. So we're working on 2 kills right now. And basically, your number of kills inside this mode accumulate up for a weekly reward. I'm trying to kill spider pigs, but somebody comes in and they just willy walk me right across the top. It's just random chaos. I have no clue what's going on. Now, in a sense, the game mode does itself have some bit of strategic play. you're basically looking down to lock down the center of the map, because that's going to be the most rewarding when the crystals appear. The crystals that appear on the outside serve as a healing boost for you as well, but as long as you're trying to heal from the crystals, you're probably going to be limited. Like, I'm not doing any damage to this fucking person. Donkey right now is running away, and I have no ability to do damage to him. I can't even read the damage. Everything's so cluttered in the screen, and there's no way to turn off this cluttering stuff that's in here. That is just, it's like, what the hell's going on? So the only two people on their team that I seem to be remotely good at killing is Shady and Glock. Everybody else is like, dude, I don't know who you are and what you thought you were doing, but it ain't it. So we want to maintain this center right here, so that way we can collect these rewards and we can be the players in the lead. Right now we're leading. I'm gonna try to get away. I've got about 353 points, meaning that if somebody kills me in this mode right now, which we can see Spider Pigs is on my ass, then I'm going to lose about half of that, and Spider Pigs Brotherhood X comes through with that kill. Now you can see that Spider Pig X is also considered a ranker at this point, meaning that he has a gold number because of how much he has collected in terms of those crystals. The 177 represents your value, so it's more advantageous for you as a player to hunt down the targets that you see yourself killing, right? But that's kind of hard because you can't really tell anything. Like, you can see I'm basically killing Shady, Glock, and Donkey, but no other player that has come across me I'm able to kill. The players that seem to be killing me repeatedly are everyone. Finally, I got a kill on somebody named Alliance, and I'm walking away with about 415 points. Now Sigma is on my ass because obviously he wants my points, and I'm looking for a way to heal at this point, meaning these crystals right here are going to represent ways for me to heal. The healing process is taking fucking forever. I would say out of all the game modes that currently exist inside Marvel Future Revolution, this game mode is probably about the most worthless game mode to me. Like, it's legitimately the one game mode that I have the least amount of fun playing. And typically, I think I will just come in here and put it on autoplay because it feels that mind-numbing to do. Depending on your ping values and stuff like that, you might see hits and things like that not take effect. The way the screen is laid out, especially on a mobile platform, is very cluttered. It's hard to see anything going on and be able to tell what exactly is happening per player. And, you know, it's just one of those modes that I just like, you know, it just doesn't feel even rewarding as an alliance to pair up for, because, you know, there's no incentive as for you as an alliance player to basically look for other alliance members that you are going to jump on this with. That's essentially what I'm getting at with it. Like, maybe if there was some time consideration and the rewards were better, you would have alliance members specifically trying to link up to fight together on this game mode to get, you know, more powerful pairs and stuff like that happening, but they're not. If I was them, I would suggest they take a look at, you know, other games and try to look at, like, you know, a game mode like Alliance Conquest and Marvel Future Fight. Take a look at some other MMOs that do, you know, PvP on PvP better. So we're down to 15 minutes left. We're pretty much losing this match, and at this point it just feels really defeating and unrewarding to play, because I know that for this defeat, for this 7 minutes of time on my phone that probably drained about 25% of my phone, because this is going to drain your phone, I basically got nothing inside of here. So you can see my points. The points accumulate for the total number of people I have killed, and that's about it. And I've gotten 115 points and 300. You can see the battle details inside here. Let's take a look at Brotherhood of X. He was the top player on Omega X right there. He was doing the damage, and we can see he was sitting at 1025 damage, but I had absolutely no fucking way of killing this dude. 1025, I'm sitting at 1.2 million. There's nothing special going on about his uniforms at all. Critical rate, critical damage. He actually has a pretty decent build damage there. Okay, one bad uniform piece there, and that was not bad either. And then we can look at some of his other ones. He's basically rocking about 3 of these, just like me. And then we've got a level 100 that's giving him PvP damage increase. Okay, so he's doing okay, but you can look at the damage levels in terms of difference here. We've got Clue, who was our top player at 916, and I could do no damage inside here. So let me give you guys the absolutely completely ugly about Omega War, because it's easy to talk about that mode, right? What you're battling for inside that mode is what's called the Omega War tokens. Inside these tokens right here, you're basically being able to come to the shop, and that's where you're getting able to purchase things inside here. The problem is that outside of these PIM research logs, which accounts for 4,000 tokens, Omega War tokens, right, is that everything else that you would want to purchase, meaning the Omega battle badge boxes or the 3 to 5 star Omega card box, is completely RNG. So for about 14 minutes a day, or how I'm bad at math, 90 plus minutes a week, you're basically looking down the barrel of whether or not you can open up one of these boxes and get the possibility, the chance at getting one of these items. It just doesn't make sense. Everything in this game is RNG based. The rewards are RNG based, and therefore that's why you have a lot of players at this moment looking at the game and saying, what am I getting out of this game? The amount of effort that I'm putting into this game does not equal the rewards that I'm getting out, because at this moment I have to spend that amount of time in here, especially if I'm on the losing end. I'm only getting 100 and something, 225 tokens or something like that. There's less than that. There's 115 tokens on the losing end. It's 225, I think, if you get if you get a draw, and then 500 if you get the win. You're looking down the barrel and going, it's RNG at the end, because even if I win, I might still lose. Even if I lose, I might still lose. So we have to remove a bunch of this RNG. It's really weird that you start to see this developing trend when you really dig deep into the good of the game mode. Like, I think the good of that game mode is something where they could set that up so that way it could be this alliance on alliance mode, right? Or it could be this team on team battle, so that could be more concentrated effort put in. But the rewards in this game mode should not be RNG. If I'm spending this much time in your game to play this mode that you generated, none of the rewards should be RNG. I should definitely not be winning these matches and spending the amount of time it would take for me to actually win these matches, because the amount of time that it would take for me to win these matches is going to be more than the 7 minutes that I played, because I have to find a competent team of 9 other players, not one other player, 9 other players that I can jump into this game mode with and win. That's what you're looking down the barrel at, right? It's 7 minutes of game time play, but it's going to be the time that it takes for me to find 9 other players that are really good, or good enough that I feel can jump into this mode and win and coordinate with. The best solution for Omega War would be to change Omega War and make it where it's the multiplayer battle system. It should be the next elevation of what Dimension Duels are. So instead of it just being 10 on 10 battles, maybe if I want to have a better chance at winning, give me a 3 versus 3. Give me a 5 versus 5. Give me a 10 versus 10, and that way now you can use Omega Wars as a way to scale alliance on alliance battles. You see what I mean? Because if I only have to find 2 other players in order to jump inside Omega War, and we do a 3 on 3 battle, and you scale the rewards based on those, that makes it more playable to me and more palatable to what I'm going to do. And then I stop to look at that. It doesn't take me much to do that. So 1v1 is Dimension Duels. 3v3 is when we start to get into Omega War battle. 5v5 becomes a more palatable situation, a 10v10, and then you can take those stages up, right? Because we know that most alliances can get up to a 50 player base, right? So you can start scaling those to have higher battles. This gives you also incentive to remove PvP elements from Dark Zone specifically. So now players are now engaging each other in a actual contest that you can actually do on a phone. Because if I'm sitting here and I'm in the Discord and it's at 11 o'clock today and I'm being able to play it, I don't want to be able to try to find 9 players to engage in this mode to guarantee me a win. But 2 players I could probably do and say, I'd rather spend the time to find 2 players and get 500 tokens than I do trying to get my whole alliance together at one time, basically, or to get 9 other players, or to just deal with jumping in with the randoms. Because how many people love just jumping into competitive PvP that involves pickup. I don't know, guys. You let me know what you think about it in the comment section. Do you actually play Omega War, or are you just really just auto playing it just to get it out the way? This has been the good. This has been the bad. This has been the ugly. We'll get more into these and break these things down in more detail in other videos. Until the next time, though, peace.